What's up, everyone? This is about the most jank my setup has ever been. Mostly because I'm in the middle right now of setting up the new computer, and my desk is very much halfway dismantled, and I couldn't get the camera connected. So that's interesting. Hopefully I get that fixed by tomorrow, because we got a big FF14 patch tomorrow. In any case, we have the patch notes for 7.35. Let's go over those notes very, very quickly. It shouldn't be too bad. A lot of it we should be able to skip, but you know, we'll take a look. First off, of course, there are new side quests added, Pilgrim's Traverse being the big one this time around. That is going to start in the Crystarium. So just look for the blue quest in the Crystarium. Going to start at level 91. That's all you need to know. And then, of course, we have more inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures. This will be chapter 3, I believe, of our Hildebrand adventures. That's going to start in Solution 9, as is expected. And that's going to be 2 quests, which is pretty par for the course nowadays. And then we also have our Yokhoi Allied Society quests that have also been added. That will begin in Urkopacha. Just looking for a blue quest in Urkopacha. You're going to be the quest specifically you're going to be looking for is what is it? Oh, Frosty Neighbors is what we're going to be looking for. You also need to have the side quest Brains and Brawn in order to actually do this. The quest Brains and Brawn will become available after progressing through the quest chains, beginning with a crisis of corruption and the flames that burn no more. So there are going to be quite a bit of a quest chain actually to go ahead and unlock this. So a little annoying. Thought we'd be getting away from that sort of thing, but no. Yoshi P said no. That just is what it is. And of course we got 6 quests total, 7 layers to unlock or something like that. And it's your pretty standard stuff. In addition, the Monster Hunter Wilds crossover quest has been added. You will find that at Tuliolol. That's it. The rest you can go to bed. Good night. All right, let's look at the rest of the stuff for those who actually care about the rest of it. There is a lot of new furnishings added. This is going to be from the Deep Dungeon. This is going to be from the Beast Tribe quest. This is going to be from the Monster Hunter Wild stuff. There is tons added. And we already know this isn't even half of it. Like, I imagine, like, this stained glass, all of this probably is all that was added from the Deep Dungeon stuff. We know that the Monster Hunter Wild has more than this. We know that for a fact. There's a lot. Like, a lot. New Orchestrion roles have been added. Of course there are. There's a new Deep Dungeon. There's a new everything. Of course, new Orchestrion roles have been added. Manderville Gold Saucer, new cards have been added, new opponents have been added for Triple Triad, no surprise there. New hairstyles, most likely going to be from the Deep Dungeon, which are, kind of nice. I'm getting well-trimmed Sephiroth vibes from this elf over here. New emotes have been added, which guarantees I'm doomed. I gotta go and figure out where to drink green tea. Yay. All right. So the Windward Wilds. This is going to be for, are they going to tell me who the boss is? Arkveld. Thank God. Every time people kept asking me, when are we getting this? When are we getting Arkveld? When are we getting Arkveld? I'm like, oh, or when are we getting the crossover? Okay. Or I would keep saying the Monster Hunter whatever thing is soon. Gonna be probably October 6th or 7th. And lo and behold, I was right. Anyway, that is going to require item level 725 for normal. That's going to be 8-man. That's going to be at Tuliolol. There's going to be a quest to unlock it. You know, I don't know what really to expect. I don't know if it's really going to follow the Monster Hunter design like it did for in Stormblood. Wow, I am blanking on his name too. And I know Rathalos. I don't know if it's going to be exactly like Rathalos or if it's going to be like its own unit, or it's going to be more traditional, or if it's going to be something totally different. I don't know. We'll find out soon. Actually, some people already found out just by watching the thing I never watched. So there. Upon completing the Windward Wilds, each player will receive a Veldian weapon coffer. In addition, Guardian scales will be carved from Guardian Arkfeld's hide. Oh, so you just get a free weapon for clearing them once? Jeez. Guardian scales can be exchanged for a variety of weapons and items at the smithy in Tulliola after completing the White Wanderer. Hey, maybe that's how I get all my jobs out of these 660 weapons. Whoo! Then, of course, we have the Windward Wilds Extreme. This is going to be item level 740. Not really surprising. I'm actually a little surprised that it's 8-man. A lot of people thought it was going to be 4-man like it was for Rathalos. Nope. It is an 8-man. Okay. Okay. That's your standard extreme stuff. 8-man, 60 minutes. Must be low 100. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. This is what I get for not having the bright lights on. So, you know, you're pretty standard stuff. After completing the quest, speak with the Wandering Minstrel. Upon completing the Windward Wilds Extreme, each player receives a Veldian weapon coffer and 2 Arkfeld certificates, in addition to a Guardian Scales, which can be carved from his hide. Guardian Arkfeld are required to exchange Veldian weapons at the smithy. I'm sorry, required to enhance weapons at the smithy. Oh my god. Ugh. Maybe I need to go to bed instead of record patch notes. Jeez. So you need to do the normal, get the weapons, and then upgrade them at the extreme. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if that's going to be item level 755? Or what item level that's going to be. Curious. Very, very curious. I imagine here it's just going to be like, you know, 730 or something like that. That's going to be pretty low. So it's just normal. But then here it's going to be close to the item level cap of 760. But in any case, new deep dungeon Pilgrim's Traverse has been added. Surprise. It's a deep dungeon. Your time limit 60 minutes. You can have up to 4 people. Item level requirement doesn't exist. You have your own thing. You have to have at least a job at level 91 to do it. Wow. That's going to be at the Crystarium. Wow. Look at that. You can go in with either a fixed party or a match party. Wow. All right. A lot of this is going to be pretty much exactly as we expect. This is going to be the big thing right here. Instead of floors, we're starting with stones. Just replace the word stone for floor. There's going to be a checkpoint at 11, 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, and 71. And 71 is going to be your last one before you get up to 99, which is the top level. Let me tell you what, this is, in my opinion, very, very, very welcome. Especially for the more casual people, the people who don't really do that. The thing is that, like, deep dungeons, for the most part, you either do them because there's something you really want in them, and then you never go back the moment you get it, or you're in kind of the hardcore group that does that. There's really no one that ever goes back here, because the moment you mess up and had a good run going and got up to like floor 80 and then died to something stupid, like a landmine on top of a trap chest or something, and it takes you back down to 31, your motivation to do that ever again is gone. So multiple check marks, I actually do greatly approve. And I'm sure there are plenty of people who disagree with me very, very strongly. To which I'd say, please post your complaints in the comments. In any case, this all should be pretty much exactly the same. Managing your save data, pretty much exactly the same. Resetting your progress, exactly the same. Displaying a fixed party, Progression, go to the big glowing circle. If the big glowing circle isn't there, go kill more things. Character growth, you have based dungeon EXP that gains faster than the real world. That EXP doesn't transfer over, but when you do clear, you do get EXP. This is supposed to be your way of leveling all your alt jobs. I disagree with this method, but then again, I tried to do it with Eureka Othros, which was about as much fun as trying to stab myself with safety pins. So, you know, I'm a little biased in that regard. There are also going to be treasure coffers, and there's going to be various different kinds of them. Bronze coffers would have, which have kind of meh loot, usually potions. Silver coffers that usually have that usually strengthen your Aether Pool gear. And then gold coffers, which have good stuff, usually Pommanders. And then, of course, there are the gilded chests that are hidden. That's probably going to talk about later on, somewhere down here, etc., etc. Yeah, like right there. That gives piece of the accursed horde. And you know, you got all these Pommanders. You have a unique unit, yada yada yada. You got incense. Those do a big thing or whatever. It's very much a deep dungeon. Okay, it very much is a deep dungeon. Now there's gonna be an icon that displays whether you do sense the accursed horde if you have that Pommander active. And every piece of the accursed horde you can turn into this dude to get loot. All right, this is pretty much all kind of expected. The only thing that's new is the votive candelabra. These give an additional boost in addition to whatever could happen. I think it also can debuff, but I'm not. Oh wait, maybe we'll actually just say it right here. Players may encounter the candelabras along their journey in Pilgrim's Traverse. Lighting them will either affect the marked area by the next traverse stone, while some effects are beneficial to the party, such as healing over time or weaken enemies. Others may provide additional challenges, so it's a gamble activating them. All right, neat. And then here's your loot. Moving on. By the way, if you get good enough, you can go ahead and get the in-game weapons or the in-dungeon weapons outside of the dungeon. You can do it here, etc., etc., etc. But you get the idea. It's pretty much all the same. This is the new thing, though. This is what every single raider has been talking about for a while. It's the final verse. This is the one that you can do pretty much at any point in the deep dungeon once you've gotten to floor 99. This is like the quote-unquote normal version of this boss. And I don't know if there's any additional coolness to doing it. On rewards, the treasure coffer will appear on all parties will receive a random rewards when opening. Occasionally, players may receive rare items. So, okay, it's going to be interesting to go ahead and do. Then here's the one that people actually care about. The final verse, Quantum. This requires level 100. There is no item level requirement. And this right here already shows that first off, the Savage Tear means nothing. Woo! The Savage Tear means nothing. You killed the ants for nothing other than clout. Because what's actually going to matter is your Aether Pool stacks. Yeah, the race to world first for the max level final verse Quantum world first claim is going to have to grind out 99 Aether Pool stack before going in. Whoops. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? You'll have 90 minutes to do it, etc., etc., etc. Now, you will go ahead and gather sacramental offerings. There's going to be 5 types of each. You can put up to 8, which then, if you put in all 8, this is supposed on all 5 of them. It's supposed to make this thing as strong as either a N tier savage fight or an ultimate. We were originally told an ultimate, but then they started walking that back a little bit. So I'm willing to bet it's probably gonna be closer to like a turn 4 savage, which means this world first race is probably going to take like 2 days. 1 day to grind, and another day to actually, you know, beat the boss. Now, upon victory, a treasure coffer containing piece of the blessed horde will appear. Only the player who selected the offering is required to enter the duty can open this coffer. Once they do, the selected sacramental offering is expended. Rewards are proportionate to the number of offerings used. The player who selected the offerings will receive more rewards than other players. Ooh, that's a choice. Additionally, the appearance of treasure coffers will change depending on the number of offerings added. Up to 24 offerings will yield a bronze. So 25 is that magic number. 25 to 39 awards a silver, and then 40 and only 40 awards a gold. You know what's missing? What the heck any of those are? You notice how this pseudo ultimate doesn't tell you what the rewards are? That's a little concerning. We have some PvP adjustments. Warriors Blotta now only slows down someone for 2 seconds instead of 3. I am now sad. Dark Knight's Eventide. Minimum potency has been reduced from 12,000 to 8,000. You gotta now think about it. Gunbreaker's Rough Divide. Max charge has been increased from 2 to 3. More dashing around. I approve. Ninja, the charge time has been reduced from 16 to 15 seconds for 3 mudras. You can do that slightly more often. Viper, the World Swallower. Noxiousness effect duration has been increased from 10 to 12 seconds. Yay. Summoner, Slipstream has been buffed. 1,000 more potency and 500 more potency on the dot. Good luck getting a new one. White Mage, Afflatus Purgation. Potency has been increased by 2,000. Sage, Phlegma Balls. The blind effect duration has been decreased from 3 to 2 seconds. So, very, very, very minor changes. Now, the season 16 has ended. Season 17 is going to begin. Don't worry. This does not mean the rewards have changed. You still have probably until the end of the year to get your battle pass rewards for PvP. Don't worry. So yeah, the seasons end, new season begin, etc., etc., etc. The new data center that is focused for ranked PvP. On Japan, it's going to be Meteor. On North America, it's going to be Crystal. Good luck if you want to see the battle among quicksands while you're queuing. It's not happening. Europe, it's going to be Light. And Oceania, I'm shocked that Materia keeps winning this one. But once again, for Oceania, Materia is the data center that is going to be locked in for PvP. I know. I'm shocked too. I can't believe Materia won that again. The joke is that Materia is the only data center on Oceania. Anyway, new items have been added. Most of this is related to, well, the Deep Dungeon and the Monster Hunter Wilds event. No surprise. By the way, Monster Hunter Wild, as far as we know, it is going to be everything regarding the Monster Hunter Wilds crossover is going to persist indefinitely. That's not going to be going away. It's not a temp event. New mounts have been added. I guarantee you this is from the new Deep Dungeon. New Chocobo Burning's been added. I guarantee that's from the Deep Dungeon. New mini has been added. I am surprised we don't have a mini Feo Ool to scream Scottishly at me. New umbrella. I guarantee that's from the new deep dungeon. New faceware. I don't know where that's from. Probably the new deep dungeon. Just because pattern recognizing brain, but that could be from anywhere. Probably new deep dungeon, or that could be from Beast Tribe. In any case, in order to prevent circus congestion, multiple instances for Ilmeg, Gapachas, Shaloni, yada yada yada. The following duties have been added to the deep dungeon category in the party finder window. No surprise there. New achievements, new portrait accents, new adventure plates, new commands involving that drink tea emote, new things added to dictionaries, and that's pretty much it. The only real known issue, minor text issues have been discovered. An issue with the Deep Dungeon Pilgrim Traverse where certain graphics are incorrect. Oops. An issue when playing certain Yokoi Society quests wherein the icon initiating the quest progression does not display correctly under certain conditions. Honestly, considering that some of the known issues lists lately have been like a mile long, the fact that this one is only this long, this is shockingly tame. But yeah, that's it for the patch notes. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to give a like, subscribe. I want to hear your comments down below too. Do you think this is going to be a good patch? Do you think it's not going to be? You think this is going to just fizzle out after a week? I, for one, am looking forward to the fact that we're getting this new high-end raid, and I'm hoping that makes PF like alive again, because I still got 2 guys left that really need help, as well as myself, in finishing out this blasted savage here, because we have just had the worst luck in getting people to stick around to go and kill Yans. And I just want a car, man. I just want my car. In any case, take care, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.